Live. Welcome to Laura and Lunchbox, episode 3. We're on the third week of the month, which is books. The book we're doing today is Fourth Wing, which was my co-host choice. Co-host, say your name.
Lexi.
Yeah, and I'm your host, Tavita. I don't know anything about this book, so it'll be interesting to hear, I guess, the lore behind this book from her. The thing we decided to cook today was
Chocolate cake.
right. And why'd you choose a chocolate cake?
In the book, there's a character named Zayden, and the other character is Violet.
Okay, that's fine.
Violet and Zayden. Basically, Violet's trying to get to know Zayden better because he's training her. So she asks him what his favorite food is, and he says,
Wait, sorry. Who's training who?
Zayden's training Violet. There's a whole backstory.
What do you mean
training? Training her how to fight.
Oh, okay. For why?
Battle.
Okay.
So there's a lot of backstory, though.
All right. Well, the point of it is to kind of explain it to me. I don't know any of the books, so I mean, we don't have to go too deep into it. But okay, so he's training Violet for battle. Zayden.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's trying to get to know him better because she feels like he knows a lot about her, but she doesn't really know anything about him.
Mm-hmm.
So she is asking him random questions, and then one day, this is gonna sound weird. She asks him in her mind what his favorite food is.
Wait, there's like supernatural elements to this book?
Yeah, I really think we need a little more backstory here.
Okay.
Okay, so it's based in a fictional world,
Mm-hmm.
and the book begins with Violet going to Bezgayath War College, where she's gonna. Don't laugh at me. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the naming of all these things. Fictional names are just funny to me.
There's a lot, and I struggle to keep up with it.
Yeah, I'm already. You lost me at what, Zayden?
Zayden, yeah, he's supposed to be like the hot guy.
Okay. Main love interest?
Yeah, but it's like enemies to lovers, so he starts as the bad guy.
Okay, why does he start as the bad guy?
Because his dad started like, I don't want to say uprising, but he like betrayed the kingdom.
Okay.
I might be slaughtering this.
I mean, you know more
but
than me.
His dad was definitely like betrayed
Okay.
the world. I don't know if kingdom is the right word. I don't remember.
His dad was a traitor, so
His
it
dad was a
made
traitor.
made their family an enemy to everyone else.
Yeah. There's like a whole group of them who are considered enemies, and they're like called marked ones because they have like this tattoo on them saying like, oh, they were part of the traitors.
Right. Okay.
And so
I'm
they're
keeping up so far.
they're being punished. All of the marked ones are punished, and they're sent to
Can you move closer to the mic?
yes, they're sent to now I can't even say it. Bezgayath War College.
The names don't matter.
But they have to train to be dragon riders.
Okay.
Because the idea was, well, we're going to punish your children. They were like children when it happened. And then they grow up and they have to go train to be dragon riders. But the thing is a lot of the people trained to become dragon riders die. They don't make it. They die in college. They get killed by other people.
Oh, wow.
They get killed by dragons.
Okay.
So the idea was like, oh, we're going to punish them and they're going to get killed.
So it's like essentially the Wall in Game of Thrones. Criminals are sent there as sort of like a alternate sentence. Being a dragon rider is sort of a parallel.
Nah.
Why is it not a parallel?
Because they're trying to get the marked ones killed. But
They're
a lot of people think that, because it's not just the marked ones joining, it's everyone. There are lots of people who want to do it. And so they join, and it's supposed to be like, we're badass and we're cool because we're riding dragons. But you got to get there and not get killed, because there are multiple things that might get you killed before you can even become a dragon rider.
In the college?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so Violet meets Zayden in this college?
Yeah, like right as she's going there, the first thing they have to do is there's this thing called a parapet, and it's like this long, narrow bridge over like I don't know. I think there's a river underneath or something, but basically you have to run across it and to get into the college. And if you fall, you're dead, and that's it.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be like, I think it's kind of weird. Kind of, I don't know. It's supposed to be that if you can't even run across the parapet, then you're not going to be able to ride a dragon. So you can't.
Yeah,
get
it's like
in.
bare minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can't cross it, you die.
Okay.
I don't remember where I was going.
Speak to the mic.
I don't remember where I was going.
Okay, well, I'll just recap from what I understand so far. Okay, so there's Violet, Xaden. Xaden trains Violet. They are both going to a college. They're going to a college to learn how to be dragon riders.
Xaden doesn't train her till way later, though. I was really nervous about this.
Oh, my dear God, about semantics.
I was really nervous about this. I was like, I'm going to totally slaughter the description of this.
It's okay. You're just doing your best. I mean...
Well, and another disclaimer is I listened to an audiobook while I was, like, cleaning the house.
Sure.
So I might get distracted and miss bits and pieces.
Okay. That's fine. That's sometimes happens to me with games where I'll miss cutscenes and, you know. Okay, so where does the chocolate cake come in?
Okay, so before the chocolate cake,
okay.
Violet finally, what's it called when they like... Someone out there will know, and they'll think I'm stupid for not knowing. But when you get paired up with a dragon, like a dragon chooses you to be their rider.
Yeah.
The dragon that chose her is actually Xaden's dragon's mate.
Oh, really?
So it kind of like makes them connected despite them like supposed to be hating each other.
Yeah.
But you can tell they're attracted to each other throughout the book.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, if Violet dies... then her dragon would die.
Wait, really?
Yeah, with their bond. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly. I don't know if it works with all dragons. I don't remember why it works with hers that way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm curious why.
By extension, if Violet were to die, her dragon would die,
yeah.
which would cause Xaden to die too.
Why?
Because their dragons are mated. So I think that
if
means
dragons are mated, they died.
Because their mate died.
I
think so.
Okay. And so they're... Interesting.
So it'd be like a chain reaction. So then Xaden suddenly has a vested interest in keeping Violet alive, despite her being like really skinny and frail and kind of pathetic.
Mm.
So
this is Violet. She's skinny and pathetic.
I don't know if she's pathetic, but she's really skinny and tiny, and she's supposed to be like super frail. So her bones break easy.
She's not like physically fit for dragon riding.
Yeah, she never planned on doing it either. She was going to be a scribe, but her mom made her do it because her mom was like a general and like a top dog type person. And that's what made her and Xaden kind of enemies because her mom, I think, killed his dad.
Oh.
I think.
Really? And they're still romantically interested in each other?
Well, not at first. At first, it was just like, damn, he's hot.
Okay, but, you know, their parents killed each other.
Well, her mom is still alive. Her mom's like...
That's almost worse.
She's in charge of the war college.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. So it's supposed to be like, fuck you, I hate you type thing.
Mm.
But then also he's hot.
So that gives pass for murdering of a parent.
I don't know if he murdered or if she murdered him. I feel like she did. She also...
Oh, wait, you're speculating that?
No, I'm not speculating. I think that's what happened, but I can't remember what the book said.
Okay. Oh, great. This is how all book weeks are going to be. God damn it.
So then he's trying to keep her alive. He's like, damn, she's fucking weak.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts training her himself so that she can get stronger and not die and kill him. And then that's when they start to kind of like grow closer and form a relationship. Yeah. I mean, that's not necessarily where it starts, but...
Okay. So when is this getting to the chocolate
it's right
cake?
Here. It's right here.
Oh, dear God.
I know, I want to eat the cake.
just want to eat the cake.
You're like, fucking hurry up.
Fuck about these dragons. This is stupid, Violet.
I'm going to drag it out even longer.
God.
There's this one scene. So they're really connected to
couldn't we just eat the cake while you're getting to it?
No, I'm dragging it out so you can't eat the cake.
Then drag it out, I guess. I'm pissed, though.
There's this one scene.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really connected to their dragon's emotions. They can feel it unless they put up a shield to block it.
Mm-hmm.
But Violet's not good at that yet. and her dragon is mating with the other dragon, so she's like feeling all that lust, and so then she and Xaden kiss. That's really where it starts, the little romance. Okay, so then he's training her, and she's like trying to get to know him better, and they've started communicating telepathically in their mind. I don't think they ever call it how do you say it?
Telepathically?
No, but without the clee at the
end. Telepath? Telepathic? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
And they never call it that in the book, but they just speak to each other.
Well, how do you know that?
Through the bond.
How are you able to extrapolate that?
Because it tells us they're doing it.
Oh, it like explicitly says they're not speaking in person?
It says they're speaking through the bond, so it's like in their head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then at one point, they're in one of their classes at the college, and she just asks him out of nowhere, "What's your favorite food?" And then he drops like a pencil or something. It's supposed to be like, "Ooh, she caught him off guard" type thing.
Wait, for asking food?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why would that catch him off guard?
I don't know, because they're in class, and he was like, "Why the fuck is she asking about my favorite food?"
Oh, okay.
And he says, I opened the book so I can see it. He says, "Chocolate cake, stop being weird."
That's his favorite food.
Uh-huh. Chocolate cake.
Like, out of all normal food, it's chocolate cake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Chocolate cake's yummy.
Yeah, sure, but like, with how I am as a person, there's a clear distinction between food and dessert. So whenever people say desserts are favorite foods of theirs, I just think they almost have never tried that much food. But let's see the cake. Let's show everyone.
It is referenced in the second book too. As far as I remember, that's the only time it's referenced in Fourth Wing.
Okay.
But in the second book, he's like having a really bad day, and he's all feeling down.
Mm-hmm.
I think something terrible happened, like people died. But she goes and finds him and brings him chocolate cake to cheer him up, and then she realizes, yeah, I didn't think, like, what was it? It was basically like, oh, this chocolate cake's not going to cheer you up because something awful happened, but I still have it.
Honestly, I'm really glad that they recognized that, because while you were telling me, I was like, really? She thought equivalent for her people dying was chocolate cake. That's like a spit in your face. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm glad that they addressed that.
Yeah, so she was like, well, this really isn't going to make it better. But they eat the chocolate cake together.
Okay.
And as far as I remember, those are the only times the chocolate cake is referenced.
Cool.
So I made chocolate cake.
Okay. Should we try it?
Yeah.
Why are you saying yeah?
I already know what it tastes like, but I'm excited to eat it.
Yeah, so should give a little bit of warning to our listeners. There will be
I'm going to eat it.
Several episodes, or I guess most of the episodes, where we might have sort of an idea of what it's going to taste like, because we taste test our food before we actually want to serve it to each other. So, we're still going to try to describe what we think of the food, but just know it's not like fully blind going into it.
I had every intention of not eating it until we started. I wasn't going to do it.
What do you mean? Yeah, no intention
I was going to wait to eat the cake until we actually started this, but I was stress eating a little bit and like eating the sides, and it was really yummy.
Yeah.
It's really fucking good.
It looks really nice, by the way. So, to our listeners, we've said in the previous episodes that we'll have social medias for Lauren Lunchbox. You guys go on Instagram or maybe even TikTok, you guys should be able to see pictures and videos of like us. Oh, and maybe even my YouTube, which won't be called Lauren Lunchbox. It'll actually be under my gaming username, Teffen, TEFF3N. On my YouTube channel, I'll have different kind of playlists for different kind of content. So gaming, fishing, cooking, and then also this podcast. Here is the cake.
I made it. I'm the best.
Yeah, so if you guys saw the first or listened to the first or second episode, first episode was Lobster Bisque from Murlocs in World of Warcraft. Second episode was the candy from Squid Games, where they carve out the shapes. And then this week, chocolate cake. So tell us how you made it. Let's hear it.
Like, what's in it?
Well, Well, tell them that it's a layered cake, which I thought was really cool. That's your first time ever making a layered cake?
Yeah, I don't know if I've actually ever made a cake from scratch before like this.
Yeah, it was kind of
I've done like box cakes, you know?
Yeah, but never like this.
Yeah. So I mean, it's got like the basic ingredients you'd expect: the flour, the eggs, the baking soda, sugar, all that crap. But it also has buttermilk.
Cool.
Cocoa powder, of course, and then coffee. Supposedly, coffee brings out the chocolate flavor, like it makes it taste more rich.
I wonder what's the logic behind that. Any listeners, if you guys actually know the science behind that, please let us know. Because in my mind, when someone were to say they're putting coffee in something, I feel like it would complement a flavor or like drown it out. But I don't know if it would like bring out the chocolate more.
That's what I think. That's what I read online, is that it's supposed to.
Okay, well, let me take a bite and
yay!
See
I'm so excited. I might not talk for a few minutes. I'm just gonna
okay. That's okay. I'll fill some of the dead air by trying to. Can I like speculate how you made the cake and you can just confirm while we're eating it?
I just took a bite. It's so good.
Really? Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, this is good.
First bite. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
First good week.
Holy shit, that's actually really good. the icing.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually. You put coffee in the icing?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, but it's homemade icing?
Yeah.
I don't know what you did with the homemade icing, but on the cakes that you've cooked or baked previously for us, has that ever been homemade icing?
No, never.
Okay. So this is the first time you made homemade icing for us, right?
Mm-hmm. It's got a shit ton of powdered sugar in it.
It's
because when I made the icing, it came out like super
runny.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. So then I just kept adding powdered sugar until it got to a better consistency, and it actually helped because when it was runny, I tasted it. It was a little bit bitter.
Oh, really?
So the powdered sugar.
But then you fixed the texture and the flavor with what powdered sugar you said?
Mm-hmm. So it's the icing or the frosting is just butter, powdered sugar, honey, cocoa powder.
Honey.
Okay. Honey, cocoa powder, and the fuck was it?
I don't know. I wasn't looking when you were making it.
I forgot the other one. No, what the?
That's okay. It'll come back to you.
But honey is surprising, right?
Yeah, I didn't expect you to say honey for homemade icing. I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone using honey.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely. I can tell the difference between this and store-bought icing. This is like really decadent. It's nice. The texture is good too. I don't know if you were worried about that when you were first making it.
Mm-hmm, I was.
But I don't know. People who bake frequently, what's kind of the consistency that you're usually going for icing? It feels, sticky. It has like good texture to it, but it's not like too thick.
Smooth.
And yes, smooth, and then it's not runny. So I think it meets the criteria for good homemade icing.
It goes really good with the cake too. This is amazing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take another bite. I can taste the coffee coming through, by the way. It's really good. What's interesting is you're not even a fan of coffee, right?
I love the smell of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Like cilantro.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in the store, I smell coffee.
Yeah.
And when I pick up cilantro, I smell it too. And I wonder how many people are like, what the fuck is wrong with that lady?
No, cilantro smells and tastes amazing.
It's amazing.
Some people, I don't know if this is true, but some people have they're genetically predispositioned. Is that how you say that?
Disposed?
Whatever. Their genes basically make it to where cilantro tastes like soap. Something like that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
God, that would suck, right?
I think one of my friends said that happens to her.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, friend, if you're listening to this, tell me.
How often have they eaten soap to even know that? I'm always curious when people say that. I was like, it tastes like soap. I'm like, have you eaten soap? How would you know that?
Maybe when they were little, they were swearing. And then mom was like, eat the soap.
Oh, Jesus. That's dark.
Really?
I'm going to take another bite. This is so good.
I feel like my mom did that to me when I was little.
What?
I feel like she made me eat soap one time for swearing.
Really?
I was a really bad potty mouth.
Jesus.
Potty mouth.
Yeah. We're really good.
I swore a lot because I was mostly a good kid. Fourth grade was a little rough, but I was mostly a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I swore like no other, and
Really?
I always did. And I remember in high school, my mom's like, "If you're saying these words in front of me, what are you saying with your friends?" And I was like, "You don't want to know."
Yeah. I mean, you think you're bad. I never even swear in front of my parents, but then with my friends, I'm saying egregious things.
I don't know. There was one time you accidentally butt dialed your mom.
Oh, God. I don't want to get into that story. That's so annoying. The one and only time I've ever butt dialed anyone was my mother. And it was while I was skipping out on an important camp that she was forcing me to go to. And I instead skipped it and hung out with my friends to smoke weed. And then I butt dialed her and she heard me saying a bunch of crazy shit. And the only reason why I knew I butt dialed her is because I was hearing just like was something that sounded like my mother's voice. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then,
your mom didn't say what the hell is that.
No, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, why am I hearing my mother's voice? And then
she's haunting you.
And then I picked up the phone and then I saw a phone call had been going with her. Ooh. And I was like, maybe she didn't know, or maybe it's just like voicemail. And I hung up and she immediately called back and was just fucking pissed.
I could only imagine your anxiety, like how fast your heart started beating.
Oh, yeah. It's actually kind of stressing me out right now.
Eat the cake.
Yeah, I'm going to eat another. By the way, this is one of our fancy plates. We were saying in one of our previous episodes how we got nice tableware for the podcast. This is one of the plates. Look how nice that is. We'll get better at like actually presenting the meals on these, but pretty sick, right? I really like black plates because for the most part, whenever you're presenting a meal, there's always going to be a lot of contrast. Particular bite.
Really good, but also really rich. Like I'm feeling a little bit like sugar sick.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'm not feeling that.
That's good.
This is damn good.
It's really good.
So, tell them the kind of cakes that you frequently make.
Box.
No, that's not true. There's another one.
I make cake?
Yes, you make what's my favorite cake? You've made it several of my birthdays.
Is it the Kahlua cake?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make that.
What? What?
I never made that for you. My mom made it.
And
I just like, I feel like I just like did the frosting for her or something.
You're a fraud.
I've never made that.
I'm never
I
forgiving
literally have only made box
Seriously?
cakes. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess same then. I've only ever done box cakes like a handful of times. This is actually really nice. I kind of have a hard time thinking we'll be going back to box cakes. I think if we have the time, we really should dedicate to making a homemade cake. This is legit.
It was really good.
So I didn't want to talk about this, and we said we wouldn't talk about it, but I'm going to because I think it's impressive. So
I cried.
She actually fucked up the cake.
I didn't. It wasn't me.
I know, but we can't say why.
Say why.
Well,
you can't say it was me.
Well, it wasn't her fault. That's all I'll say. And it was kind of like an indirect circumstance that happened. But long story short, and I swear to God, it wasn't her fault. It was just something that happened that was kind of out of both of our control. But basically, the oven was set to what?
Oh, it was set to 350 on bake.
Right, but then it was changed to?
It was changed to 500 on roast.
Right.
And the cake was all sorts of fucked up.
Well, that's what we thought. When we were looking...
Still is.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
The texture is weird to you?
Sorry, I'm eating a bite. It's too flat.
How can you
It
tell?
was rising nice and beautiful in the oven, and then after it somehow mysteriously got messed up.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like I'm blaming you now. I'm not blaming you.
No, trust me, it wasn't either of us.
It got really flat, especially in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of frosting in the middle.
Oh, Yeah. So, like behind the curtain, if you guys look at the pictures, it probably doesn't look as sunken as it does, or as it actually is in the pictures. That's a little bit of movie magic. We just filled a little bit of like the sunken top with icing. But surprisingly, despite it being on roast at 500, was that right?
Yeah.
Despite it being on roast at 500, delicious cake.
It tastes so damn good.
Yeah, I mean,
I wonder what it would be like if it didn't get messed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because honestly, the texture doesn't even seem like. Is it supposed to seem abnormal to me? It doesn't seem abnormal. It doesn't seem dry. It doesn't seem
normal. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like condensed. It doesn't seem gooey, undercooked. It just seems like cake texture. So, despite that huge change in like cooking method, it turned out more than fine.
Yeah.
So I think that's a win for sure in my book.
In hindsight, it's kind of funny.
Not really.
You were asleep on the couch and I opened the oven and I was like, it's ruined.
You and me were both about to cry.
I did cry.
I know. Well, stop. You're going to make me cry.
Oh.
The first episode, I hella messed up the lobster bisque.
Oversalted it.
And then the second episode, I fucked up the candy.
Overcooked it. Burned it.
No. Well, yeah, I guess technically. I just cooked it way too fast, so it came out bitter. And then the cake, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I was like, we're not cut out for this.
No one's going to want to listen to a cooking podcast about people who fuck up their food.
Every single week.
Every single week. Yeah. But it's really good.
It tastes amazing.
Do you mind killing dead air while I finish it? It's so good. I want to keep eating it. I want to finish my.
Yeah, I mean, I ate all mine while you were
cake.
talking.
We have to. Ooh, more people have got to try it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I know 2 people I'll share it with.
Good.
The irony of us making a chocolate cake today is that it's our landlord's birthday and we made chocolate cake and then we're not sharing it with the landlord.
But there's a good reason for that. It's not because we're trying to be mean.
I don't know. It turned out pretty good.
Should we?
We kind of could. I don't know.
Is that crazy?
At first we were looking at it like this is all sorts of fucked up, but once you eat it on the plate,
it's actually like I'd be fine with giving to her. Should we?
Might be nice. Can she eat sugar?
She'll just say she can't eat sugar and then just like.
Or she'll take it and be kind to us.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, can you give it to her?
Mm-hmm.
Talking to people gives me anxiety.
Yeah, after this.
Which is the irony with my career and stuff I have to do. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. It's just ironic.
I didn't realize that going into this podcast with my co-host that she would just be such a liability.
All I said was my career.
I don't. You give. Listen.
That could mean anything. It could mean I work in a fucking call center.
I have seen people firsthand pull specific home addresses off of the styling of the interior of a house. Literally.
Well, fuck. They can see the background of our house. We're done for.
Turns off camera. Yeah, but tell me more about the book. I want to hear more while I'm eating this cake. So they're both going to college. Hayden, whatever the fuck his name is.
Zayden.
That's so stupid. I don't like that name, by the way.
You know what's even more stupid?
What?
Is that this is obviously a book very popular with females.
Mm-hmm.
But some girls just love him so much that they call him Zaddy.
I'm gonna fucking throw
up. What else did you want to
know? Well, Fourth Wing isn't the first book in the series, right?
Fourth Wing is the first.
Oh, okay.
And it's the best one.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think it might be the pacing.
Okay. What's wrong with the pacing with the other books?
It just, some parts feel way too slow and dragged out.
Oh, fuck that. That would drive me nuts. Mm-hmm. What do you mean by, like, when you say dragged out, are you talking about, like, their relationship?
No. Well, their relationship in the second book gets a bit obnoxious. I can't trust him all the time. I don't know if I can trust him. It just gets annoying.
Okay.
But I listened to them on audiobook. And the first one I felt really into it. And I was like, this writing is really great because I had finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. Mm-hmm. And I thought the writing wasn't that good.
That's the second one?
No, that's a different series.
Oh.
I'm saying like I finished that series and I was like, the writing's really not that great in this. So I was like, I want something that's really good. And I knew Fourth Wing was absolutely huge and popular. And I like going into books without knowing anything about them. So I just purchased the audiobook and started listening to it. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is way better writing. Like, she does really good metaphors and imagery. Like, she does really good at that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry. Side note, I was listening. You have to make this cake for our family. It's so good. It is so good.
It is. It's awesome. I think Zaddy would approve.
Probably. Whoever the fuck that is. It is so good. I think it might actually be better than the Kahlua cake that your mother makes for my birthday.
Really?
It is.
A winner.
I think it's because of the coffee. I can actually taste the coffee coming through. Can
That's
you?
Good.
Can you actually tell? You don't drink coffee, so you don't know what. I drink coffee. I can taste it coming through.
That's good.
Yeah.
You like coffee a lot.
Yeah, this is great. Sorry, I don't mean to sidetrack the podcast. I'm just like so ecstatic because, god damn it. Like, it's kind of interesting because when we were talking about the concept of this podcast, it was more or less going to be, I mean, we went through a couple ideas. Like, the first idea was we were just going to order in food from restaurants and like review their food and also relate it to lore. And then
which might have been preferable, so I wouldn't have to go through the trauma of tonight.
Oh, well, you know what? Now that we're saying that, we should say we're thinking for a backup plan. So there have been already a couple close calls where we've almost fucked up the food to the point where it's been inedible for us to eat for the podcast. So we were thinking,
we're not normally this bad at cooking, I swear.
I don't know what it is.
It's like the pressure's getting to us.
Yeah, it's like we got the podcast looming. Dude, it's like it takes so long too. So we're recording the cooking while we're doing it too to like edit videos. And oh my God, it makes it take so long. This is your first week recording while you're cooking. It sucks, right?
Yeah, it does.
Because you have to be cognizant of the angles of the fucking phone. Oh, and we're recording on the...
Sorry.
I dropped my cake. Damn it. I'm pissed.
It's on your pants.
I got cake on my fucking pants. Damn it.
It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, well, it's all over. Thank God these are black pants. Because I spilled chocolate cake all over my fucking self. Where was I at? I'm pissed. I can't think. I seriously lost my train of thought. God damn it.
We're good at cooking.
No, we're not. Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm so mad. I almost just, as a knee-jerk response, I almost went, no, we're not.
He's just pissed about everything.
So, yeah, with recording it and just like we also cook right before the...
Were you about to lick it off
I was,
yourself?
but then I realized I'm on stream and I'm like, people probably will judge me if they see me licking cake off my shirt.
Clip it, lick it off, do it.
Well, I don't have any on my shirt. It literally all just on my pants where they can't see. So, and I'm not gonna go lick up my pants.
Do you want me to lick it off for you?
Okay, chill out. So yeah, the recording takes forever, and then. Yeah, okay, you threw me off.
Because you saw me looking down, huh?
Okay, Jesus Christ, get a fucking room, will ya? Focus on the book. These books have really just warped your mind.
There is a lot of sex.
Really? And this one? It actually sounded surprisingly like tame from what you were telling me.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm surprised I didn't hear more like explicit stuff in it.
Well, I wasn't gonna share it.
Oh,
do you want me to read the page to you?
No, I don't need that. Is there more than kissing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it can be kind of explicit with some of the sex scenes. But Violet's a lightning wielder. Okay. So in one of the sex scenes, they're literally like she starts a fire.
That's so stupid.
It kind of is.
That's so fucking
I don't
stupid.
disagree. Well, I don't know. The first time you're like, damn. But then it's kind of like the same thing happens over and over with each sex scene. You're like, okay, I get it.
So you don't care for the pacing for the other books, but the first one seems to be the best.
Yeah, the first one.
Where does the first one... Can we do little spoilers? Is that okay?
Yeah, just say there's spoilers, and if you want to read this, then
I'm not...
Get the fuck off.
Honestly, if people don't have common sense when they're like going into a podcast episode that's titled the thing that they don't want spoilers on, they deserve this fucking spoilers. So
yeah, true.
How does the first book end?
Fuck if I remember.
Are you serious?
Well, I have the book in front of me. So, okay, I remember. But can I describe it? They're in college. They have to like go to like war games.
Okay.
I think it's what it is. I think that's what happens. Basically, they're sent on some sort of mission that they're supposed to do for their schooling or whatever.
Okay.
And Xaden is like, yo, Violet's coming with me because he wants to protect her. And then they actually get sent somewhere very dangerous. And it wasn't in, like, they didn't know that was going to happen. But basically, another leader is trying to get them killed because they found out that Xaden's been lying and doing illegal things.
Oh.
And
wait,
so
why?
There's a whole lot to that why.
Of why he's doing illegal things?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in the interest of helping people or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So I bet he's like the complicated type. Like on the outside, everyone, he probably just seems like a
dark, brooding, handsome dude.
Right, but then when you actually know him, he's trying to have good intentions.
He's trying to do the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I can see how
he's smuggling weapons to the enemy
mm-hmm.
because the enemy is being attacked by Wyvern and Venom, which was supposed to be some huge reveal in the book, and it really wasn't. And if anybody thought it was a huge reveal, what the fuck were you reading? Literally in the first chapter, like the second chapter, she's like, my dad had this book about these mythical creatures, Wyvern and Venom, and I wanted to keep it. And then she doesn't talk about any other books, and I'm like, okay, obviously they're not mythical, and they're going to be real later on. It was very obvious.
Okay.
So they have wards around their province or whatever that protects them from them, but their enemies are outside of those wards, and so they're getting attacked by Wyvern and Venom. So Xaden's been sneaking them weapons to be able to defeat them and be able to try to fight those things. Mm-hmm. So it was like he was doing a good thing. Mm-hmm. And basically leadership found out, and so they put him and all the marked ones together for the war games. They were going to send them off where they would either get killed or have to show their allegiance and leave, but that would mean letting innocent civilians die. So Xaden brought Violet with him, even though she wasn't initially supposed to be with him, but he was like, I'm wing leader, I can do whatever the fuck I want, and takes her with. And then they kill the Wyvern and Venom, but Violet gets like horribly injured.
Oh, wow.
And she was going to die.
What happened?
She got stabbed by a poisoned blade or something. So she was going to die. And so then Xaden's like, we're not going to make it back in time. So
he sucks the venom out or some stupid bullshit.
He turns into Edward and he bites
her. Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking.
No, that doesn't happen.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it? Oh.
No, this was actually a good reveal that I didn't anticipate happening. Mm-hmm. Is he ended up taking her back to his home in Aracia, which was supposedly like destroyed after
cool.
after the whole traitor betrayal thing. Mm-hmm. But they actually rebuilt it, and it was like a beautiful city, and there's actually like some leadership there. And Violet gets healed, but she's knocked out. So when she wakes up, she's like, who the fuck healed me? And it turns out it was her brother who was supposed to be dead. He's a healer.
Oh, really? Violet's brother.
And he supposedly died. The backstory was Violet believed that Xaden's dad killed her brother. But then turns out he's alive, and he's been working with the good guys. Weird. All along, and he healed her. And so then after that, they're like, what the fuck do we do? They decide to go back to college, and everyone's like, what happened? And they have to lie. And I don't remember how they lied, but basically leadership's like, we don't believe you, and next book we're gonna give you some trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many chapters and pages are there in the book? Is it an easy read?
I have a very weird complaint.
Okay.
I think the book is too tall.
Oh, no. I totally understand that complaint. I hate when books are like that. Mm-hmm. Why is that your complaint, though? I'm curious if it's the same reason for...
It just feels too big to hold in my hands.
Yes. Stay on task. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's a complaint I usually have with some books. Oh dear.
God, Dick's on the mind.
Oh god. Oh, this episode has went to shit. How many pages are there?
We are talking about a book that's pretty much known for its smut.
Oh yeah, so I guess anybody who's gonna be hearing the episode won't be,
Okay, there's 541 pages.
Mm.
There are, I don't know how many chapters.
Okay, that's fine.
Hold on.
541.
Because the last chapter says chapter 16, but that's not accurate. It's showing chapter 16 from Xaden's perspective.
Oh, whoa. Chapters are split into different perspectives?
No, they just do like bonus chapters at the very end where they show us a couple of the chapters from Xaden's perspective so we can see him like being all sexy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But really, if I can find it, 39 chapters.
Okay.
The text is kind of small.
Let me see.
And the book is...
Oh, can I show them the book? It's a nice book.
Yeah,
Here,
it's pretty. I don't have the pretty one, though.
What's the pretty one? The one I'm looking at?
Yes, but they also have the edges that look really beautiful.
I hope I don't have chocolate on my hands because this is a really nice book. So, look how nice this book is.
I'm going to go grab the other one while you show them that. The pretty one.
What do you mean? You have the pretty one?
The third book is pretty.
Okay, go grab that. I'll talk about. So, this is the book right here. Fourth Wing. Look at that. It's actually nice. And then it's got like big golden indentations in the front cover. It's like textured so you can feel it. Yeah, that's really cool. And then here's the back. I think I know which one she's going to show me, and then here's the spine. Looks like a nice book. Is there a hardcover version of this?
Yes, but I had to order it from Amazon, and it would have taken like a month, so I just got the paperback from the store.
I prefer hardback.
Me too, especially because the other two books I have in hardback, but I was like, I just need the books.
They just feel nice in your hands. Here, switch. Let me show them. Is this the same one?
Let's look at the second book.
Okay, first was Fourth Wing. Second one is Iron Flame. Now, should we do continuation of series?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because if you were only really finding chocolate cake from like the series,
I'm sure there's more, but that's just something that stands out.
Maybe let's not put a pressure on doing a whole series. Tell us what you think. If you guys would like us to do a series, we can consider it if there's a lot of people asking for it. But I think for the most part, I guess it'll just depend on the series that we do. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, for this one, chocolate cake's in the first and second book, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of...
But if there's a series where there's, like, very distinct foods in different books...
Which definitely could happen. That happens with games, so...
I still have this Target sticker.
So here is the hardback?
Sure.
Well, why am I forgetting? What's the two
I
things?
don't know. Now
Softback,
paperback and hardback, but that doesn't sound real now.
Yeah, that sounds okay. Whatever.
We're making up fake words.
Here's this second in the series, Iron Flame. Ooh, this one's kind of nice. Is that a Target discount sticker?
Yep.
Why don't you take those off?
Take it off.
You don't. Why do you keep these on?
I don't typically. I just didn't do it this time.
Oh,
I don't know.
I can't stand.
Take it off.
I'm scared. I'm gonna ruin your book. We'll do it off stream. And then here's the back right here. This cover is really cool because it's got like a shiny red and like flame gradient on it.
It's really pretty.
And then here's the spine. And then
but you see how like thick that one is? How many pages there are? They made it drag on too much. There was too much of that.
Let me see the third one.
No, the third one just came out a couple weeks ago. And this is the pretty one because it has the edges that look beautiful.
Oh, yeah. So this is definitely my favorite looking one.
Iron Flame had editions like that, but it's like when they first released.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have those editions.
Here is the third one, which is called Onyx Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. This is the nicest one so far. It's black and gold. It doesn't have the nice like textured feel to the front though.
Like the fourth wing
that's
had,
what I was saying I like about the first one. But it's got like a golden gradient, which is really cool. And then here's the back. But then here's like the best part of these books. Look at that. They have like a dragon that's actually a part of the design on the side of the pages.
And it's almost like smoky, shadowy. It's really cool.
This is the first book I've ever actually seen that has
open to the front, the very, very front. It's also got a map inside, which looks really cool.
Oh, that is really cool. Let me see if I can show this on camera.
Just take the sleeve off.
I don't want to. Let's see. There's a map. I don't know if you guys can see it that well. Yeah, around the first page. Looks like they got a map of. Would you say it actually is helping when you're reading and trying to keep track of where everything is, or is it just more of like looks?
No, it's helpful.
Oh, nice. Helpful. I always love when books do that.
Well, it's especially helpful for me because the first 2 books I listened to on audiobook, and then I just recently bought them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I feel like maybe part of the reason I was having a hard time with Iron Flame is because the narrator I find kind of frustrating. The girl who reads it on audiobook.
Oh, why? Monotone?
She's not monotone, but
I
just
hate
like
monotone
the way
readers.
she talks is obnoxious.
How so?
For example, this is just one example. If it gets to like a fighting scene or something intense, she starts to read really fast, and then I pulled out my blade and I sliced, blah, 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 blah. And she talks really fast and intense like that. And I'm like, it adds to the feeling, and it was cool the first time. But I also find myself getting annoyed because I'm like, just slow the fuck down so I can listen to the story and like process what's happening. I don't know. Maybe that's not a common thing, but it drives me nuts.
No, I can relate to that. Sometimes actually, this happens in any sort of media. I get really frustrated when battle scenes are portrayed in a way that's almost like rushed. And I think they're trying to convey like the feeling of like immediacy,
adrenaline.
But sometimes I'm like, I want to know what's going on. And you know what's the perfect parallel I can give? Game of Thrones.
I knew you were going to say that.
Game of Thrones. Do you remember when they were fighting against the White Walkers? My biggest complaint about the battle with the White Walkers is you couldn't fucking see anything.
You had no idea what the fuck was going on.
It was so dark. It kept like skipping to different characters, and we have to keep track of how many characters.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to also tell which character is what in the dark. The camera is going like super fast, and I'm like, this almost doesn't make the fight like. Almost takes away the gravity of it because I don't actually know who's dying right now.
But I feel like with Game of Thrones, that was also just like their laziness.
Yeah. I mean.
But I get the parallel you're drawing, that it's just going really fast and it's obnoxious. And that's what the narrator was doing who was reading it. And I was like, just slow down. I want to hear the story more. I get that you're like building the suspense, but for me, it was obnoxious. And the way she was reading was kind of tough. And so that's why I was like, I'm going to get the books and read it by myself.
That way you can read at a pace that makes more sense to you.
A pace and, some of the tone and inflection I can kind of change to something I like better in my own mind than the way that she interprets it.
That is kind of the nice thing about reading a book yourself instead of listening to it is you're not... I feel like sometimes with the narrator reading it, you're sometimes going off of the picture that they're painting, but when you're reading it, it's all up to just your own imagination about how you're imagining like the scenery.
Yeah.
And what tone the character is talking in.
Yeah.
And how they're saying it to each other. Yeah.
I will say, I feel like most people reading audiobooks, I feel like I'm not too thrilled about, but I still do it. I still do it because I don't have as much time anymore to read as I did when I was a teenager. So I need to listen while I'm doing errands or cleaning the house. But Jim Dale reads the Harry Potter series.
Yes, I was going to say that.
And he is phenomenal.
Yes.
I have actually never even read those books myself because he's so incredible at it.
He's the only narrator I know personally that I love.
He does an incredible job.
Yeah. Yeah, and whenever you're hearing his voices for each character, you're like, God damn it, yes, that's the voice.
He nails it, yeah.
Even for the women too, right?
Uh-huh.
I like his Hermione's voice.
McGonagall.
Yes, I was gonna say McGonagall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Luna Lovegood, he does good with that one.
Really? How does he do with who's the big guy with the beard?
Hagrid?
Yeah, does he do a good Hagrid?
Amazing.
Seriously?
Amazing. He's the best. I listen to these books at least once a year. Like, I listen to Harry Potter every single year because he's so good at it. That's why I know just all the facts about it, about Harry Potter.
So what is it? Why do we like him so much, but all the other ones? I know I don't like monotone narrators, but is there something
Mm-hmm.
outside of that they're just not good at doing impersonations?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's just very talented.
Wow. He should be proud. I bet a lot. I bet honestly that's like a common like thought is a lot of people
Yeah, I know it is.
explicitly like him as a narrator and probably use him as like a gold standard for other narrators.
Yeah, I know people love him. Yeah. I recently discovered one of my friends from elementary school. She was like my best friend in elementary school. She told me that she also listens to Harry Potter on audiobook every single year, like once a year.
Really?
And I was like, man, we've been friends for years
no
and years
idea.
and years and had no idea we were doing the same thing.
That's a yearly tradition you do is you just listen to Harry Potter?
Don't you notice that?
Mm.
At least
I guess
once a year.
for me, it just seems like you're always listening to it, but I guess I didn't connect that it's like a tradition. I thought it was just like white noise. That's what I
Oh, you
equate
thought I
it
was
to.
just playing in the background?
Yeah, kind of the way how I'll just play some music sometimes. I thought Harry Potter was like that to you, but
No,
it's more
I'm
of a traditional
like
thing for you.
very much paying attention to the story and following along with the plot. Now, I
Oh my
can get
God.
distracted because I know it so well that I'm like, if I miss a couple minutes, I still know exactly what's going on.
Harry Potter would be amazing for book week.
Hell yeah.
Do you know how many things we could cook?
Uh-huh.
Holy shit.
That would be really fun. I love Harry
We
Potter.
got to save that for like, and go all out for that one.
Okay.
That would be an amazing.
Ironically, I can't think. Oh, rock cakes. Rock cakes would be hilarious.
Oh, dude, there's so many things.
Hagrid makes rock cakes, and it's like all the time, and they're like, I'm not eating this.
The candy on the train.
Yeah.
The birthday cake that Harry Potter receives.
There's multiple.
There's so much. Butterbeer.
I don't like butterbeer.
I don't either. But maybe the times we've had it is just because people didn't make it right.
Yeah, we should do a Harry Potter week. I would love that.
Oh, that'd be so cool. We actually have plans on. We do a Harry Potter or not Harry Potter. We do a Halloween party every year, and we were thinking of doing a Harry Potter themed Halloween party one of these years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a couple of DIY ideas of floating, like alchemy bottles. I don't even know how to describe it, but it looks like you
like
have
the
a
floating
bottle.
Candles? Is it like the floating candles?
No, it's like an alchemy set that's working on itself. So there's no one to actually work on it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
It's an illusion. So
like potions class.
Yes.
Okay.
So it just looks like a potion is suspended in air, and then it's connected by a transparent like tube, and then it has fluid going through that tube, and then you're also supposed to cover it with something so it looks like it's suspended, and then you have a fog machine in the pot that it's going into, and so it just looks like a self-pouring potion.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. If we ever do a party, I would love to do something like that.
We'll do one.
Okay.
I know we'll do one.
So we talked about the book. How far are you in the series?
I'm on the third book.
Is it the last one?
No, there's supposed to be I think 5.
Are they still coming out with books?
Yeah, well, this third one just came out.
Oh,
and
cool.
There's going to be at least 2 more, I think.
Well, hopefully the 4th and 5th one have pacing similar to the first one.
Yeah, I'm struggling to get into this third one.
I can tell. Whenever I see you reading it, it seems like it's taking exceptionally long.
I'm struggling to get into it, and I wonder if it's transitioning from audiobook to book that I'm just like trying to remember the characters' names and all the little details. But I also noticed today I opened up Fourth Wing. I started reading that one and getting into it.
And you were missing it almost?
And I was like, this one's just so much better. It's got like dystopian feel. It's like very much like
I like that.
It's like Hunger Games and Divergent type feeling.
Oh,
when I read the first book.
I like those kind of books.
The second and third book, though, I'm not getting that same type of feeling.
Okay.
But people say the third was really good. Here's my thing: is some people finished Iron Flame, the second book, and they did the "I'm not okay" thing. So I was just waiting for this really terrible thing to happen by the end of the book, and something pretty bad does happen. But I didn't have that same like, oh, that's like heart-wrenching reaction.
Why do you think that is? You didn't like the character as much?
A therapist.
No,
I know. It's just the type of question.
Yeah, I know. And how did that make you feel?
Should I say what happens?
Yeah, we already did the spoilers.
Yeah, at the end of the second book, Xaden, I don't even know what the phrase is anymore, like draws power from, I think, like the earth. I'm probably saying this wrong. All I know is that he turns into a little bit of a venom. and like he gets the red in his eyes, and there's supposed to be no cure for it, and so it's supposed to be like heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's gonna die. So I don't think he's gonna like fully turn over. I think they're gonna cure him.
Probably not.
That's why I'm not like wrecked about it.
Yeah, but what if he does?
Then I'll be so excited.
Because that's the kind of ending you want.
I do.
Yeah.
In the first book.
We already said this in the previous episode. That's the ending you want.
In the first book, Xaden initially has his almost like a little brother. He's not, but they act like he's a little brother to him. He has him like follow Violet around to protect her. His name is Liam. And he's like super kind and like this perfect character. And because he's perfect and there's no growth, Rebecca Yarros, the author, literally has said that's why she has him killed at the end, because there's no more growth left for him. And he dies. I thought that was brilliant. I loved it. I guess I love when characters die.
Yeah, you're
morbid.
Sick. You're sick in that way. Okay. Well, I guess, should we give updates on like how far we are in series? I guess they'll ask if they're actually curious about that kind of stuff. But for now, we'll just keep the content to how far we're in the thing and how much we know about it.
Mm-hmm.
If they want updates, I guess they'll be asking.
Yeah.
But we're coming up on an hour. I think we pretty much covered everything. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay, that was Fourth Wing. We just covered the third week of the month, which was books. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I've said previously in the other episodes, if you guys have any suggestions on what you guys would like to see us cover the lore and make a recipe on, let us know. Our episodes are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you can find the pictures and sort of videos of how we cook the food on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. This week was a success. The cake was amazing. So It feels good to actually have an episode under our belt where we didn't absolutely fuck up something.
We almost did,
but we didn't.
Before you turn it off, I also, if anybody's listening that loves Fourth Wing, don't hate me for anything I messed up and said incorrectly. I'm doing my best. But I do really like the first book a lot.
I think we made it pretty clear that we're just doing like a surface level idea of this stuff. We're not like...
I think it's channeling.
Huh? What? Huh? What'd you say?
My brain jumped somewhere else. Earlier when I said, I think he like drew power from the earth. I think it's called channeling. Because they're supposed to like channel the magic from their dragons.
What the fuck out of left field? Your brain works very...
Why are you surprised? You know this about me.
I know, but that's crazy. That your brain, somewhere in the back of your brain, you're still trying to get that word.
I have like 5 conversations in my brain at once.
Jesus Christ, that must be exhausting.
Maybe that's why I sleep all the time.
Yeah, your brain is in overdrive. All right. That was the episode. Thank you guys for listening.